Yay! You made it to another episode of the Weekend Hustle podcast. My name is Shelby Oleschlager, and I'll be your host as we dive into barrel racers, athletes, and just people of the world to share, motivate, and inspire us all to be the best that we can be. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Weekend Hustle podcast. This is Shelby Oleschlager with you, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit of a story about the natural progression of training, of just our journey in life, everything that has to do with the process. And I find occasionally we really want to rush the process. We might be confused when the process is taking too long, when things aren't really going our way, when we're doing the work, but it just doesn't seem to really be happening at the rate we would like it to. And this is what the whole topic's going to be about. So my little backstory, I posted it on Instagram. It was a small little example, but really was impactful for me of realizing this and just remembering the natural progression of how we actually do progress and how we evolve and grow and become more. Sometimes it might take longer, and sometimes you can't rush it. And I find when you rush, we make mistakes. We don't build the foundation, and then we just don't have that foundation. So when things get a little sketchy, we don't have anything to fall back on because we rushed it and we missed a couple pieces in that process. So with that, my story is I was expoing my 3-year-old. Sometimes when we do expos or we're out in public, we want to show off and we want to, push our limits a little bit just so we can boost our ego. So people say, oh, that was really good. You're looking great. All these things. And with my experience, I did the exhibitions and they were good. I just let the horse go at his rate. And I'm very much of just kind of taking my time and really having the natural progression, just letting them tell me when they're ready to move forward, when we're ready to go a bit faster. So I did my expos and they were really good. I was really happy with them. I felt we got the things accomplished. We got time in the arena. We went through the barrel pattern. Life's good. I was happy. And then after, we have a good barrel pattern. So the pattern is getting consistent and fluid and smoother. Obviously, we're just loping right now. But afterwards, my mom came over because she saw, and we're both very invested in him. We love him. His name's Red Jamie, which you're going to see a lot about if you go on my Instagram or YouTube or anything. I'll be running him next year as a 4-year-old. So anyways, she came over and just said, that was really good, but now it's time to just, start going faster. And I was like, well, yeah, obviously that is the whole concept and point of barrel racing. And as I was walking away, I was just thinking of that common thought of like, well, that's good, but it's time to move on now, go faster. And I obviously am well aware of that. And I think if we're barrel racers, we all know we do have an end goal, and gaining speed and just advancing with any discipline or any sport or any career, anything, advancing is the goal. But how do we do that? How do we take those next steps? And those steps are super, super important. And the most important thing of that is to not rush those steps or not skip steps and try to fast track the progress and the natural rhythm of it. And when we do rush, that is when mistakes happen. And that is when we lose a lot of the main components that will really help us with our longevity in the whole well-roundedness of it. So with my exhibition, I realized that I was expoing to build the foundation. I wasn't expoing to prove anything or to show off and just push the horse past the limits that he's gone before, just for my ego to say, yeah, look at us showing off, look how good we're doing right now, and all these things. My only focus in that moment was, let's get the horse out, let's take this one natural step forward, which is just to expo them and get them experienced. It wasn't to all of a sudden expect miracles and let's say jump ahead 10 steps just because I'm at an exhibition, I'm at a barrel race, people are watching and I want to show off. I was like, I'm just going to do what I've been doing all along. And you know what? In maybe 1 month, we will now have 2 seconds off of our time. You know what I mean? And I'm going to let that just naturally happen. And I feel like I've said the word natural quite a lot, but that is really the big concept of just, you cannot rush these things. And I know our ego sometimes will want to, because we want to show off, we want to see what we're doing and how good it is, but the speed and the timing of how we advance will happen. The time is going to go by no matter what, and we have to just trust that process, I think, a lot, and trust ourselves and trust our horses. And with that, it does take just taking your time, as simply put as that might sound, but just the speed of advancing, we don't really always have control over that. But if we're doing the work and we know we're putting the work in, we're going to be building that confidence and building that rock solid foundation. So when things do go wrong, or we have a bit of a hiccup or a slip up or something, we have something to fall back on. We have those common denominators that we've established early on in our journey. And I'm talking about riding horses, but I think with a lot of things we do in life, this is really relatable for us, of just allowing the process to happen, not forcing the process to happen. And I think with both of those things, we are very much involved in the process. I'm not saying we don't do anything and we just are expecting things to happen, but we're putting the work in. We're doing the things that we know we have to do to take that one step forward and to keep advancing that 1 bit a day, that 1% every day that people talk about. We know we're doing that, but what we're letting go of is how fast it's going to happen. And with horse training, obviously we do have a time frame. If we're futurity riders, we have that sense of we need them running as a 4 or 5-year-old. That's fine, but be realistic with the time frame that you are putting on yourselves and the limitations you are putting on you and your horses at that time. So that is my little message, I think, for today. And I hope this helps with just understanding when you're putting yourself out there, you're going in the literal riding arena or other arenas in life that you might be facing and you might be putting yourself in, and putting yourself open to judgment, criticism, critique, all those things. Just remember yourself, remember you and your journey, your path. Know that you're doing the work and that you are just going to allow the natural progression to happen, and you have to be okay with that. And I think that really has a lot to do with stepping away from our ego standpoint and just embracing what is at that moment and being okay with that no matter what. So in that sense, let's say shit goes sideways, like your expo was just pure trash, or you're on a horse that's really inexperienced, or you knocked every barrel. Our ego will say that was horrible. We look so stupid. Where in this sense of allowing and just allowing it to happen, we understand that there's a bigger purpose to those things that actually happen in our lives, and we're okay with it, and we're going to allow it to happen and allow it to shape us however it needs to shape us, so we can step forward into that next step. And those steps aren't always pretty. Like, we know, like, there's always the highs and lows. So when we do have those lows and those highs, we have to be very neutral about them. We have to kind of let go of both of them so we can stay balanced within ourselves and content. So then good things happen. They don't affect us so much that we need to be humbled and reevaluate what's really important. And the important part really is that journey, and it is that process. So I just don't want anyone to rush anything and to think that they have to be farther ahead than they already are. And again, I think that really could apply to anyone in any journey and chapter of their life. Just taking your time and allowing it to unfold how it's going to. As long as you know you're doing the work, that's all that you can be satisfied with. And every day you show up and every time you do something more, you're getting yourself one step closer to that end goal you want. And that's all it's going to take, is that willingness to show up and that willingness to try and to believe in it and to see the vision and work towards it. And with that, I think we all can really just be unstoppable, because we can't fail at being ourselves. So if we have that rock solid foundation of ourselves, we can't fail at that. And I think that's another great message that I am going to leave with you today, is just you really can't fail at being you. So that's a bit of peace in mind as you're going through your journey and as you are slowly evolving and growing and becoming your better self. You can't fail at being you. So when bad stuff does happen, or let's say you're behind, quote, behind, just knowing I'm going to show up tomorrow and do something that's going to help. And before you know it, like, you'll be so much farther ahead than you even realize, even if you just maybe don't even take the time to acknowledge how far you've come. So it could be another experiment or another thing to incorporate into your daily routine, is just acknowledging your current path, your previous path that has got you to right here, right now. And look how far you've come from the person you were before. And I think with all that, we have the ambition and the love and the empowerment that we really can progress forward and really create that future and that destiny that we're wanting for ourselves, for our horses, but I think mostly ourselves. So that's what my little message I have for today. If this resonates with you, please let me know and share the podcast. Like, let's get these messages out and help our community even further of just understanding these principles and just, enjoying this process, enjoying this game of life that we're experiencing right now. It's a great time, but we don't have to rush it, because there is zero rush. I don't know what we're rushing for, because, really think about it. What's the rush? What is the rush? Just enjoy all of it. The ups and downs, highs and lows, they're helping you get you where you gotta go. And that rhymed, and that was good. So again, thank you for listening. Tell me what you think. I need some guidance myself, and you guys are the listeners. You guys are giving myself a platform and a time and a space in your day that you want to hear from me. So if there's any way that I can help further, or anything you want to know, or you want some help, anything, just send me a message. Don't be a stranger. We're all in this together. And don't forget it. So if you would like some help, some support, some guidance, just send me a message. We can hustle on all the things, and we'll talk soon. So this is bye for now, and bye for now.